Oh, good lord. They're doing it again. Oh, no. 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 I thought they swore not to invoke that name ever again, but no. Sans' Nest 2 just dropped. No. Okay.
Was Matpat right about Sans?
Wait, is it actually... Is it actually just Sans' Nest 2.0?
The alternate route that you can take in Deltarune, which has been dubbed the Snowgrave or Weird.
No, not the Snowgrave. Okay, weird route. Okay, fine, sure. It should be called Side B, but whatever. Snowgrave? No. No. We're going back to 2021 with this video. No. Okay, so my prediction for this video is that they're just going to, like... It's gonna have nothing whatsoever to do with Sans' Nest, and then at the end of the video they're gonna be like, so as you can see, this proves that Sans' Nest was more right than we thought it was. That's like 100% what they're gonna end up doing.
Route. This route started all the way back in Chapter 2, where Chris can take their childhood friend Noelle through the city and start pushing them to become more violent towards the monsters.
See, one thing I don't like about Game Theory is that they like target their videos towards people who haven't consumed the media that they're about. It's kind of just like profiting off of people who don't like know a lot about Deltarune, or people who are like new to the fandom or something, or a lot of the time it's even actually just people who don't really question theories that they hear. They're just like, oh yeah, that sounds cool, it's probably right. Sounds probably nice.
We previously theorized that this is Noelle's soul growing, similar to the soul Chris holds within their chest. It's her heart.
Well, okay, personally that's like not really a new theory, since that's like kind of similar to what everyone is saying, but it's her soul? Her soul is red? Or are we like tainting it? Whatever. But I will say, that's not the actual soul sprite from Deltarune. That's like some... I think that's like actually one of the top results, but it's not the actual like sprite. Deltarune soul. Yeah, this is like one of the top results. That's not actually the sprite that's used in-game. The sprite that's used in-game is this one on the left here. Hang on. You see it's like evened out. Like symmetrical in the middle of the like heart nub butt cheek thing.
We believe the goal of this was to make Noelle the second hero of the prophecy instead of Susie, as we see the image of a girl in a robe with a heart that says love finds its way to the girl, love being levels of violence.
See, I just don't know if that like holds up, since the prophecy has already been broken in chapter 5 of side B. You know, like there was no flower man trapped in asylum, unless you can account like Flowery just being in Asgore's shop with no like dark world. Like that doesn't count. There's no flower man trapped in asylum. The prophecy has already been broken. Something I noticed about holy shit, jump scare. The fucking lake. Anyways, something I've noticed about the like old Game Theory Undertale videos is that they really just don't say much. They have like one very small point and then somehow stretch it out to like 15 to 20 minutes.
Having missed the whole festival, Susie takes Chris to meet Noelle because...
I'm just not a huge fan of the whole like idea of just explaining the plot to the audience. Like, the people watching this video should be people who have already like played the game, or at least watched a playthrough or something. They should be explaining the theories, not the piece of media.
In this route, the festival has already ended, but there is one character still standing around waiting for you, Sans. In both routes, when you find him, Sans asks Susie to draw her friends.
No, they're gonna misunderstand the punch cards. They're gonna say that Sans Undertale is specifically the weird route, Sans Deltarune. But in both side A and side B, there are 3 people on the card, because in side A, Susie is only told to write her friends. She draw her friends on the card. She doesn't draw herself. Yeah, so Like, I don't see any reason for this dialogue difference unless it's meant to, like, make it consistently 3 people on the card, because inside B, he says, draw you and your friends on it. Inside A, he says, just draw your friends on it.
If you go to the secret lab in Undertale, you will find a poorly drawn picture of 3 smiling people, and underneath is written the words, "Don't forget." Sans drawing in Undertale specifically calls out 3 smiling people. So this is implying that the drawn picture from Susie is the same one from Undertale, and that it's specifically the one from the Weird Route.
No!
It's also worth mentioning that this interaction with Sans in the Weird Route is mandatory, but the one in the normal route is actually just optional. Sans is well known as a bit of a multiverse.
What?
Mandatory, but the Weird Route. It's also worth mentioning that this interaction with Sans in the Weird Route is mandatory, but the one...
No, you have to... I swear you have to get ice cream in side A. I swear. Okay, you know what? Speedrun time. Can't take that one. Bruh. It is a mandatory interaction. I kinda love him. Yeah. That's a mandatory interaction. Bruh. So we just lying now? So we just do a little bit of lying, huh?
One in the normal route is actually just optional. Sans is well known as a bit of a multiversal being given, but Sans holding onto this note from the Weird Route means that this is the canon route of Deltarune, not just a...
No, I could just not do it. This guy does not get Toby Fox's rating. Like, I can just not do I can just not do side B. Okay? And then, how are you gonna say it's canon if I haven't done it? It's literally not. It's literally not on my save file.
Sans giving us this bread is purposefully designed to have us leave a breadcrumb trail.
Wait, I actually haven't seen that.
Immediately my theorist alarm bells were going off because this is actually an item in Earthbound. You use bread to make breadcrumbs that can teleport the player to...
Okay, I don't know anything about breadcrumbs, to be fair. Oh, wait, it's this
the location where the breadcrumbs began, or if that area no longer exists, it sends you out of bounds. Sans' nest confirmed in the big 2026, everybody! Of course, I'm kidding that. Meanwhile, the Snowden shopkeeper talks about how Sans and Papyrus showed up one day and asserted themselves. Combine this with the fact that Sans can bleed, something which characters in Undertale cannot do, and it becomes very clear that Sans isn't originally from Undertale.
That's... Okay, it's never explicitly stated that monsters in Undertale can't bleed, and you could argue that some of Toriel's sprites are her bleeding. Hang on. Look, stuff under her mouth. Blood? Question mark?
Somewhere.
Like, there's just nothing in Undertale that directly states that monsters cannot bleed, and then we watch Sans and arguably Toriel both bleed. We have characters like Ooks and Lukes get bloodshot. There's characters blushing, which, like... Yeah, I feel like monsters do just have blood in both games, or at least can have blood in both games.
It appears he's from Deltarune, and he used...
Yeah, I agree with that, but not because of the bleeding.
...the breadcrumbs to escape. Monsters in the underground of Undertale don't bleed. Sans is the only one.
We just don't know that. There's just nothing to confirm that they don't bleed.
It's widely theorized that Deltarune is part of the experiments that we saw WD Gaster performing before the events of Undertale. Gaster, for those of you who don't know, was the royal scientist within the Undertale universe.
What? You're explaining Gaster? No, we are so cooked.
Appearing to have shattered across time and space. But before that, he was running experiments...
It's like said explicitly that he did, but okay, pal.
Leading to the creation of the Goner characters, monsters that have been corrupted by determination. In the secret lab, you can find notes about his experiments. But
what?
By determination. In the
what?
Goner characters, monsters that have been corrupted by determination.
I guess. I guess that's a possibility. You can't just, like, throw that out there, though. Like, what? okay, so like in chapter 1 of Deltarune, you open on the Ghana maker, and we're making a Ghana who looks like a human. I I don't think the explanation is that they're monsters corrupted by determination. We watch Clam Girl turn into a Ghana or like a Gaster fellow or whatever, like right in front of our eyes.
In the secret lab, you can find notes about his experiments, but
His experiments? His experiments? This is like next level LARP. What the fuck do you mean, his experiments? Huh? It's Alfie's. It's obviously Alfie's. The secret lab where she's doing experiments and created amalgamates, and there's notes on the walls that type like her and are about doing experiments and creating amalgamates. You don't think that's Alfie's? You think that's Gaster? This is fucking like writing on the walls sock muppet slop? What the hell? What?
implying that this is in fact Gaster who is speaking to us.
What are we doing proving that that first voice is Gaster? We know this.
Gaster and Undertale are the higher plane of existence above where these experiments take place, the world of Deltarune. And so if Noelle and Chris are transcending thanks to them having the souls of a human and a monster, there's a good chance.
I don't think that's exactly how it works. I don't know. I don't think that like in device layers, whatever. I don't think Undertale is like above Deltarune. I think that makes more sense for them to be on equal levels, right? Like Sans is from Deltarune, right? That's what they're saying in this video. So how does it make sense if Deltarune is less real than Undertale? If Deltarune is like a simulation or whatever they're saying.
They end up in Undertale in Chapter 7, leaving behind a breadcrumb trail for Sans to follow, taking him to the world of Undertale before the events of that game. The weird route is showing us that Matt was actually on the right track with his original Sans' nest theory. Deltarune just didn't exist at the time, so he did the only logical thing and
I think I was right earlier.
I
think I was right earlier when I said that this theory is going to, like, in no way prove Sans is Ness, and then at the end gonna say, like, see, Matpat was on the right track. There's, like, an Earthbound reference vaguely connected to Sans. Holy shit, Sans is Ness? Oh my god.
You see, when you first meet Sans in Deltarune, he says that he's new.
Yeah. It seems to imply that he's been dimension hopping for some time.
A suspiciously Gaster Blaster-shaped ice cream. Bunch of entries in the secret lab are also written in entirely lowercase, which is how Sans speaks in the game.
No! It's writing on the wall slop. No.
Sans gives Chris the bread to form a trail of crumbs so that they can track what's about to happen within the experiment. Right after that,
I feel like they're kind of just saying stuff here. Because, like, at first, weren't you implying that the breadcrumbs was how Sans got to Undertale?
Again and again to repeat the experiment as much as they need to.
Wait, sorry, the breadcrumbs save files now? Is that how it works in Earthbound?
It's no secret that Sans hates humans. He says so a few times, going as far as to say to Frisk that if he hadn't promised Toriel to protect humans, you'd be dead where you
I mean, yeah,
stands.
sure, I guess.
The hatred of humans
that doesn't necessarily mean he hates humans. No, yeah, I guess.
In Deltarune, Sans is nice to Chris, a human. He even tells us to take it easy. So something between then and now changes his outlook on humans. And it's the weird route. And that is going to lead to Sans' hatred of humans, or more specifically, humans with soul and determination. Because given the choice...
Every human has those things, whatever. Okay.
They will always choose violence.
They'll always choose violence. See, I just don't like these things where it like makes the side B canon or makes like genocide route canon or like any of that, because like I can just not do it. You're making like assumptions about me as a person.
Maybe in Chapter 7 Side B, we are going to end up fighting Sand. He doesn't like seeing where determination leads, and if it's successful, Gaster would put the whole of Undertale on the same path.
See, there's just very little evidence for everything they've said so far.
During the fight, his machine will likely be damaged, only
What?
offering him one more trip to
What?
Undertale
What?
before it's broken for
During
good.
the fight,
That
it gets
is
broken.
why
He's
Sans
like
right-
dragging, he's like lugging this giant piece of machinery into the fight. I guess, bro.
Maybe wherever it was also destroyed by that same determination. And now he's begun studying, working with people like Gaster to make sure it doesn't destroy
Wait,
any-
sorry, you're saying his original world got destroyed by determination. Then the second world, Deltarune, also got destroyed by determination, and only then was Sans like, maybe determination might not be such a good thing. Crusty ass images, oh my god.